Get ready for an adrenaline-packed ride as we count down the top 10 action movies that will get your heart racing. These explosive films are filled with high-speed chases, epic fight scenes, and edge-of-your-seat suspense. Whether it's brutal hand-to-hand combat or jaw-dropping stunts, each movie on this list is guaranteed to thrill. From underrated gems to blockbuster hits, these action-packed stories deliver non-stop excitement from start to finish. If you love intense action and bold heroes facing impossible odds, this list is made for you. These films aren't just thrilling, they'll leave you breathless. Buckle up because things are about to get wild. Let's dive into the most pulse-pounding action movies you need to watch. At number 10, we have Kraven the Hunter. Kraven the Hunter is a dark and intense anti-hero origin story centered on Sergei Kavrinov, a fierce and obsessive big game hunter who becomes one of Marvel's most iconic characters. Driven by a desire to prove himself as the greatest hunter in the world, Kraven sets his sights on the ultimate prey, superpowered beings. As his obsession deepens, he undergoes a transformation that blurs the line between man and beast. The film explores his brutal upbringing, primal instincts, and the emotional vows that push him toward violence and vengeance. With gritty action, a morally complex protagonist, and a gritty tone, Kraven the Hunter dives into the darker corners of the Marvel Universe. It's a tale of power, survival, and identity, where the hunter must confront what he is truly becoming, and whether he is chasing monsters or becoming one himself. At number 9, we have Uglies. Uglies is a thought-provoking dystopian sci-fi film set in a future society where everyone undergoes mandatory surgery at age 60 to become pretty, conforming to a government-imposed standard of beauty. The story follows Tally Youngblood, a teenager eagerly awaiting her transformation until she meets Shay, a rebellious friend who questions the system and escapes to a secret community called the Smoke, where people live freely without altering their appearance. Tally is forced to choose between betraying her friend or losing her chance to become pretty. As she uncovers the dark truth behind the surgery and the government's control, Tally begins to question everything she has been taught. Uglies explores themes of identity, conformity, self-worth, and the cost of beauty in a society obsessed with perfection. With a mix of adventures, rebellion, and moral conflict, it's a gripping journey of self-discovery and resistance against a deceptive utopia. At number 8, we have One Fast Move. One Fast Move is a high-octane coming-of-age action drama that centers around a rebellious young man who dreams of becoming a professional motorcycle racer. Struggling with personal demons and a troubled past, he finds purpose and discipline when he teams up with a seasoned ex-rider who becomes his mentor. As he trains to compete in the tense world of high-speed racing, he must overcome inner doubts, rivalries, and the shadows of his family history. The film blends emotional storytelling with adrenaline-pumping race sequences, highlighting the importance of perseverance, redemption, and following one's passion. One Fast Move is not just about speed, it's about growth, courage, and the drive to chase something greater, even when the road is full of obstacles. At number 7, we have Carry On. Carry On is a tense and gripping thriller that follows Ethan Kopech, a young TSA agent who finds himself blackmailed by a mysterious passenger into letting a dangerous package board a Christmas Day flight. Trapped in an impossible situation, Ethan must navigate the intense pressure of airport security, the threat of a national crisis, and his own moral compass. As the flight progresses, the stakes rise and the mystery deepens, forcing him to make split-second decisions that could save or endanger everyone on board. With time running out and danger looming, Ethan is pushed to his limits in a high-stakes game of manipulation and survival. Carry On delivers suspense, claustrophobic tension, and unexpected twist, turning an ordinary holiday flight into a deadly race against time. At number 6, we have The Killer's Game. The Killer's Game is a darkly comedic action thriller that follows veteran hitman Joe Flood, who, after being diagnosed with a terminal illness, decides to end things on his own terms by placing a hit on himself. However, when he later finds out he was misdiagnosed, it was already too late. Several top assassins are now hunting him down. Joe must use all his deadly skills to survive the relentless pursuit while also trying to protect the woman he loves. As bullets fly and chaos erupts, Joe races against time to undo his fatal mistake. The film balances sharp humor with intense action, blending explosive combat scenes with a surprisingly emotional journey. The Killer's Game is a wild, adrenaline-fueled ride packed with dark laughs, stylish violence, and a hitman desperately trying to cancel his own contract. At number 5, we have The Shadow Strays. The Shadow Strays is a gritty, action-packed thriller that follows a group of rogue operatives who have been disavowed by their agencies and left to survive in the shadows. As they navigate a world of espionage, assassins, and corruption, the Strays must rely on their unique skills and unbreakable bond to stay alive. Each member carries a dark past, but together they seek redemption and justice in a world that turned its back on them. Packed with intense action, undercover missions, and emotional depth, The Shadow Strays is a high-stakes journey through loyalty, survival, and the fight to reclaim honor in a world where trust is a rare currency. At number 4, we have Trigger Warning. Trigger Warning is a gritty action thriller that follows Parker, a highly trained Special Forces officer who returns to her hometown after the sudden death of her father. As she takes over his bar and begins to investigate what really happened, Parker uncovers a web of corruption, organized crime, and political manipulation that has taken root in the community. Her combat instincts kick in as she confronts local gangs and powerful enemies, refusing to back down in her search for the truth. With her military skills and fierce determination, Parker becomes a one-woman army against those threatening her town. Trigger Warning delivers hard-hitting action, emotional intensity, and a strong female lead, blending personal vengeance with larger themes of justice and resilience in the face of brutality and betrayal. At number 3, we have Back in Action. Back in Action is a fun, high-energy action comedy that reunites two former spies who left the world of espionage behind for normal lives. When a dangerous global threat resurfaces tied to their mysterious past, they are reluctantly pulled back into the action. With their old chemistry reignited and skills still sharp, the duo navigates deadly missions, explosive chases, and comical situations as they work to stop a powerful enemy. Along the way, they must confront unresolved feelings, past betrayals, and the chaos of balancing secret lives with personal ones. Back in Action is a thrilling mix of nostalgia, witty banter, and adrenaline-fueled sequences, delivering a playful yet intense ride about second chances, teamwork, and the thrill of getting back in the game. At number 2, we have City Hunter. City Hunter is a stylish action comedy that follows Ryo Saiba, a suave private detective and skilled marksman with a love for justice and even bigger weakness for beautiful women. Alongside his tough and no-sense partner, Kaori Makimura, Ryu takes on dangerous cases in the heart of the city, often involving crime syndicates, assassins, and corrupt officials. While his flirtatious antics and carefree attitude often get him into trouble, Ryu's sharp instincts and elite combat skills always pull him through. The film blends fast-paced action with slapstick humor and heartfelt moments, offering a fun, energetic story about loyalty, justice, and a detective who always gets the job done in his own wild way. City Hunter is a vibrant mix of gunfights, laughs, and heart, wrapped in an over-the-top action-packed adventure. At number 1, we have Nice Girls. Nice Girls is a quirky, light-hearted comedy that follows a group of women who, despite their sweet and innocent appearances, are secretly involved in a web of chaotic, often criminal adventures. The story centers on 3 childhood friends who find themselves caught up in a series of hilarious misadventures, from accidental heist to unexpected encounters with shady characters. As they navigate their personal lives, relationships, and their newfound criminal activities, they must rely on each other to avoid being caught and keep their lives from spiraling out of control. Nice Girls blends humor, friendship, and outrageous situations, showing that even the most seemingly innocent women can be capable of unexpected things when pushed to the limit. With a strong emphasis on camaraderie, the film offers both laughs and hurt, exploring the complexity of friendship and the idea that everyone has a little wild side hiding beneath the surface. These captivating movies will sweep you off your feet and leave you longing for more. Have you watched any of these? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more awesome content. Thanks for watching.